After Vegeta pushes Gohan to his limit, he finally unleashes the beast inside, and Vegeta comes face to face for the first time ever with Beast Gohan.
Prepare yourself, Ten Saiyan.
Vegeta instinctively knows as soon as he lays eyes on Gohan that he's fucked up. This is the face of a man that has done this once too many times before with Cell, with Boo, with various other DBZ villains, allowing them to get what they want and push themselves further to ultimately destroy him. And Gohan ain't playing anymore. I mean, to catch Vegeta, this is like Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. I mean, I don't know if the hair tint being a little bit darker is supposed to indicate that this is maybe like a fusion of like a more Super Saiyan Blue mastery like evolution, but I mean, for him to catch this level of Vegeta off guard just by simply teleporting behind him, I mean, look at Vegeta's face, it says it all. And you're done, because Gohan has caught Vegeta finally slipping, and Vegeta is able to see the true power of Beast Gohan, like up close and personal, like a little bit too close and personal, as he gets his shit rocked by Gohan's left. And I mean, throwing the first punch with a left hook, that's some disrespect right there. And Gohan literally caught Vegeta sleeping behind the wheel as one of his punches knocks the wind out of Vegeta. Now, doesn't move him out of place. That's very important, because then Gohan does some goon level activity here, decides to use his high speed movement to get out of the immediate area. Like, all these combos, I guarantee you, they are being handled faster than either of us can blink. But yeah, Gohan does this because he wants to get a head start for the ass kickery that's about to happen, because Vegeta's all like, you don't think I can keep up with your speed, all that. And no, you're done, because Vegeta didn't realize that Gohan was going in for a slip and slide here. He was going in, getting a head start, and rushing Vegeta. That is the only reason he got out of the way, and that is to basically do some Rock Lee ninja style leaf hurricane on Vegeta, but with a Saiyan twist. And this, I mean, look at it. It is not only gorgeous to even just glance at it, but look at the ki that is coming off Gohan. It is a mixture of purples, but it is also a mixture of white, which I'm glad that we're keeping this white aesthetic, because it looks gorgeous, and it just makes me feel real at home with Mystic / Ultimate Gohan. At least this, in my opinion, is like the ending form of that. And this isn't even like an attack. Literally all Gohan did was grab his face and slam him into the floor. That's all he did. And look at him look at Vegeta with that, yeah, you're a big doofus, because you ended up kind of pushing me to this. And it's all for training. That's all this manga is. It's to train Gohan against the higher level of the DBZ squad, like Goku and Vegeta. I'm hoping Goku's next. Vegeta did some damage against my boy Gohan too. Like, look how injured he is right here. So Vegeta got his licks in before all this ass kicking happened. So now we are in the typical DBZ crater. Like, this thing is huge, looks as big as a portion of the Grand Canyon, and Vegeta is looking toward his right. You can see the beautiful art placement here of his eye. Like, you can see the iris, how it's supposed to signify that he is looking in this direction, laughing, like almost like giggling to himself. And this makes Gohan take notice. Gohan is not only one of the smartest of the Dragon Ball Z core, but he's also one of the more battle intuitive once his intuition and once his battle tactics actually start kicking in. That's when he starts feeling like an actual warrior, because he lets them get rusty, and that's a big no-no. And Vegeta's laughing because these stones around them are being Hakkai'd. They are literally disassembling at the atomic level, and that's when he starts bursting into even more laughter, because this is happening. Gohan pushed and poked the bear. And this is exactly how I would imagine the Ultra Ego transformation to look when he's transforming. Like, he got his ass kicked just now, by Beast Gohan, which has pushed him into that Ultra Ego state, which he's, letting it consume him because of the damage that he took. That's the whole point of the transformation. The more damage he takes, the stronger he gets. It is literally just a Hakai boost transformation because of the level of strength that's going into it. But think of it with Hakai boost with the level of destruction power that a God of Destruction has. And Vegeta really woke up and said, I am him. I am that guy. Don't look at Goku. Don't look anywhere else. Look at me. Live your life being enslaved by another. Watch your race dwindle to a handful and tell me there's nothing more important than your own personal strength. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of DBZ TikTok lately, and yeah, that one is making its rounds. But as savagely as this transformation began, it is serenely cut out because now he's finally transformed, which is more in tune with how he transformed in the Granola arc. Vegeta, the GOAT, is finally here, and he is finally ready to play. Vegeta finally unleashes the glory that is Ultra Ego, and just from the presence alone, you can tell this is a different Ultra Ego than the one that we saw in the DBS manga. Prompted by the beating that Vegeta was taking from Beast Gohan, visually using Hakai to initiate the transformation, and serenely leveling off into Ultra Ego, yeah, this is definitely not the same transformation that we've seen before. More than likely, Vegeta has honed his skills because remember, this is years after Granola in this transformation to make it far more deadly, far more potent. Beast Gohan gives us our first sense that he and this transformation are not of the godly plane because he says that he has been focusing and training for a while to get a perception of divine ki, which is something that mortals or people who don't have divine ki cannot sense. The fact that he has actually gotten close to sensing it shows the level of power that we're dealing with here, and he can now feel some of Vegeta's ki coming through, meaning that the Beast transformation is not influenced or does not have an abundance of divine ki within it, which is really cool. And I like the fact that we're getting like a difference between both of these transformations. Here we finally get the confirmation, and in the manga it kind of hinted at it, but it didn't fully confirm it, and that is that Vegeta mainly wears the earring, the God of Destruction earring that Beerus wears, as a sign of respect because Beerus is his master. He's the one that made him into this monster. So with that, he puts it on and shows that he is the level and has the power of a God of Destruction. But seriously, if I was Gohan, this would be the moment that I would strike because he's taking an awfully long time here putting on this earring, and this time, more than likely, his defenses are not heightened and they're probably a little bit low. Oh, and this next part is really funny pertaining to what I just said. Damn it, Lord Beerus forces me to wear this ridiculous earring every time I transform to symbolize that I'm wielding the power of destruction. The worst part is, he can sense my ki from afar, so if I don't wear it, what kind of role am I subjecting myself to because of that wandering cat? Meaning that he's being forced to wear this. He's not even wearing this as a sign of respect on his own. He is being forced to wear this by Beerus, who can sense that he's transformed into this new form and that, he's not wearing it. Little does he know that he has transformed and Beerus is actually in the middle of a nap, and he wakes up slightly because he feels like somebody's talking about him, but more likely his ass is going right back to bed. But with that said, the fight of the century is about to commence. Vegeta, Prince of Saiyans and the holder of the God of Destruction power, against Gohan, wielder of ultimate potential, powered with the wrathful pride of the Saiyan race. And Gohan takes my advice from a few moments ago, but a little bit, slower. He actually waited for Vegeta to get that earring on and basically square up before he tried to go in for a kick. The Vegeta promptly blocks. So now Vegeta is at that same exact level that Gohan is in his Beast transformation, which I can see being the case, especially, and hear me out, because Beast Gohan attacked Vegeta first, and that could have prompted the Ultra Ego transformation to give him a level of Zenkai that would be equal to Beast Gohan. So maybe Vegeta did this entire thing on purpose. In that moment, they both quickly, at the exact same time, end up powering up Ki Blast and blasting each other at point blank range. Like, this is within inches of each other, so the devastation from both these blasts, or both of them combined, should be astronomical. And as if we're watching the movie Oppenheimer, a few weeks early we get the Mushroom Cloud, but it is completely destroyed by Gohan flying away as Vegeta gives chase. So the fighting style of Gohan in this combat, in this form that we've seen, is literally distance and then rush, distance and then rush. He's done this before earlier in yesterday's video, in the previous video, and now he's done it in this video. He rushes away and charges back to attack Vegeta. But Vegeta, being the master at combat and honestly having way more experience than Gohan in this matter, already seen this move happen before and promptly punches Beast Gohan right in the socket. And this doesn't really put Beast Gohan any further back, like at all, because as Beast Gohan gets punched, he ends up kicking Vegeta right in the chin. And as you can see right here by Vegeta's villainous glow, yeah, this is just doing the opposite. It's making Vegeta stronger. And as they both come to blows, they both attack each other head on, and you can see right here that they're evenly matched. Like, they are essentially on par with each other at this point. There really is no one getting the upper hand. The shockwaves alone are shaking the foundations of the planet. Remember, these are god level beings and they're facing off on a mortal world, so this kind of fight probably be better suited for, say, the other world, or maybe you know, Beerus's planet, something along those lines. Definitely not Earth. And Goku says the exact same thing here. He says that, and says exactly what I've been saying. Gohan has managed to be fighting Vegeta on equal terms, and he thinks that's incredible, but he does hope if they turn it up a notch that the Earth will survive the aftermath. And he's even sweating here because he's a little bit nervous, and the fact that they are equal in their combat, to me, showcases that more than likely Beast Gohan has the edge in power, or at least raw power. Vegeta's gaining on him, but Vegeta has the experience to face off against this. Both Beast Gohan and Ultra Ego Vegeta cock their fist all the way back to the heavens, and in a blinding flash they deliver the most purest and iconic type of attack, and that is the double punch tap out. We've seen this before many different times. Goku and Vegeta, Goku and Frieza, so on and so forth, and now it is Gohan and Vegeta's turn, just like it should be. And Gohan basically calls Vegeta out during the Moro arc, not out loud, but he tells us all that Vegeta during the Moro arc was only like a step above Super Saiyan Blue. So in that arc, he really only had the tricks up his sleeve from the Yard Rat training, and that's essentially it. Which goes to show that Goku really was kind of carrying the entire team on his back during that arc. But Vegeta's just happy that he found somebody that is like a similar strength level as his Ultra Ego, and that is as battle hungry as his Ultra Ego transformation actually is. Because if you really think about it, his other option really is either to face Piccolo, which I want to see that next, but also it is to face Goku, which Goku's transformation is almost like the polar opposite of this. So he's really fighting a battle between two Saiyans, because Gohan and Vegeta's transformations really derive from the Saiyan gene. But Gohan realizes the severity of the situation, because he needs to put at least a dent in Vegeta, and if you think that you can hold on to this, hold on to this, as Gohan pulls back in a beast Kamehameha. As you can see here, it is a Kamehameha wrapped with the electricity and the key of the Gohan Beast transformation. And these two are like only a few feet away from each other, so Gohan literally kind of fires this almost at point blank range at Vegeta. Like, what the hell is Vegeta going to do with this? Is this boy going to block it, or is he going to evade it? Yeah, I think he's going to block it. I think he's going to eat it, honestly. I think he's going to intentionally eat it because he wants to gain more power. Guys, in the comments section, before I continue further, let me know. Does Vegeta A, dodge it, B, block it, or C, eat it? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'm going to give you guys just a few more seconds to go down there and give me your answer, because I'm actually curious myself. I read these mangas at the exact same time that you guys are hearing me read it, so I don't really know what's going on next until you guys. It's almost like a mini live stream, but not really live. Okay, you guys are ready? Let's go ahead and go to the next part. Okay, so Vegeta's staring at it, and like it is getting closer, so it doesn't really seem like Vegeta can do much. He's not evading it, at least not the way that it looks. It looks like as it basically is coming right at him, or it looks like it already hit him, it is coming to him too fast for him to dodge. It may be too fast for him to block, to be honest. I mean, look at Gohan's face here. Gohan is serious about this attack, and he probably put as much beast energy as he could to take Vegeta down. And okay, alright, who had their money on him evading it? Because I sure as shit didn't. I thought he was gonna block it. I was hoping he was gonna eat it, because that would be really cool to see him getting stronger after that. That is part of the transformation. But look, he used instant transmission because he knows instant transmission. This is a Vegeta that has trained on Yardrat, and he's not just gonna, like in the manga, oh, I'm just gonna use it like this one time because I don't want to use your techniques, Kakarot. No, this is a Vegeta that's a lot smarter than that. He wants to use the techniques because that way he can actually, you know, face off against opponents and have a drastic advantage over them, similar to the way that Goku has all these years. So this didn't affect him whatsoever, and Beast Gohan basically exerted a ton of energy. And this image is actually pretty funny because it looks like Gohan is bracing for the attack that's coming because he knows it's coming. And yeah, this attack is absolutely definitely coming. This is the way that you knock out somebody, by hitting them with an uppercut right in the chin that shatters your teeth, knocks your brain against your skull several thousand times, and just knocks you out entirely. Wahoo! He goes flying. Vegeta's like, you really think that you could use your father's attack to defeat me? I'm going to use your father's technique to evade it. Come at me. And Vegeta uses the technique yet again to knock Gohan into next Tuesday with a runner-up attack. This attack is going to be devastating against Gohan. This is how you can tell that the difference between Vegeta and Gohan in their ultimate forms is astronomical, because Vegeta does get the upper hand on Gohan by hitting him right in the face. But Gohan, this boy uses his feet in mid-air as parking brakes to stop himself and project himself all in one fluid motion, even yelling a catchphrase in the middle of it. Don't underestimate me. But he's ready. He's ready to throw hands. He knows that Gohan is literally the GOAT right now. He is Gohan right now. So he's got something for him. He's got something ready. Now, he doesn't say it, but this definitely looks like Ultra Ego's Gallic Gun, just in a single hand motion. He is using his key reserves and everything he's got to try to stop the advance of this man, Gohan. Look at Gohan, guys. He, especially with the red eyes, I mean, he is a threat right here. He is not happy about being smacked and basically stolen by Vegeta in the last chapter, and he's coming out for blood. This shit crazy right here. So Gohan doesn't even like try to evade it. He doesn't even try to block it. He tells this man, listen, I done warned you once already that don't underestimate me, and you insult me with this level of ability, this key attack. I mean, this seemed like it was like everything that Ultra Ego had in one Gallic Gun motion, but no, Gohan's like return to sender, and he throws that shit right back at Vegeta. I mean, look at his face. He shooketh right now. He shooketh. This attack is just going so fast that it's going way too fast for Vegeta to even try to evade or block it. Remember, Vegeta was trying to hit him at very close range as Gohan was coming in, so there really wasn't that much time in between for him to, you know, really move. And also with how fast the attack was going originally, doubled by Gohan being able to grab it and throw it right back at Vegeta, it basically hit him, and at this point, Vegeta's feeling the pain. Vegeta, this man, he's flabbergasted. He's like, I can't believe that I have to push beyond this limit right here that I already have. Like, he's already at a certain crossroads right now, and he's just surprised for someone like Gohan. Remember all the shit talking he was doing in the first chapter? He's just surprised that for someone like Gohan, he's gotta up this level of ability. He's gotta go beyond this, and to him, it probably just seems like this is going to be an easy dub, and it absolutely is not. But Gohan is like, hold up a second, wait there a minute, buckaroo. I got something for you. And this is no joke right here. This is Vegeta literally, as you can see, like even he's got like little notification like you get on your phone. He's got it right above his head because he just noticed that Gohan was right above him with this level of attack. But remember, this is no joke. This level of attack was enough to dome Cell Max, which is a character that is beyond some of the levels, even almost every level that we've seen so far in Dragon Ball. So this attack ain't no joke, and literally Gohan is out to kill Vegeta at this point. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, guys. This attack is literally meant to kill Vegeta, and Gohan is literally trying to murder him right here. This is not no normal attack. He's beyond that. So you saw how close Gohan was to Vegeta's head, and we already know how fast and the distance it takes for things to happen in this particular instance of a fight. So Gohan using the special beam cannon literally at point blank range, Vegeta has to think in milliseconds here, because as you can tell, the attack is literally right in his face. And so Vegeta tells himself that he needs to control how much damage he can take so he doesn't put himself in danger. So the only thing that I can take from this, and what Dark Hands is trying to portray, is the utilage of Ultra Ego, like how it's meant to be, how it's meant to come across, how it's meant to be used. He's supposed to be able to take damage and then get power boost from that damage. So if he takes this damage from an attack that killed Cell Max, enough damage that it doesn't kill him or do permanent damage or take him out of the fight completely, but enough to do its damage, but he can absorb it to become more powerful, I'm assuming that's the direction that he's trying to go. And the attack is bounced off of Vegeta. Now, don't get me wrong, this does damage. Look at Vegeta's face. I mean, it was already bleeding, but look at his chest. His chest is all ripped. He's taking more damage, and he looks definitely far more beaten up, but he was able to absorb whatever excess power this was emitting that wasn't enough to kill him. He was able to absorb that into his own state. And as you can tell right here, this man is pleased with himself with the results. He is happy because not only was he able to not die, he was able to not get killed. And it looks like it actually, the special beam cannon pushed him toward the ground, and he was able to kind of like catch it with his hands and redirect it. But in the meanwhile, also be able to absorb the power into his Ultra Ego transformation, which is impressive. It doesn't surprise me for the level of caliber that Vegeta is as a fighter. And unfortunately for Gohan, he just realized what just happened. He feels it himself that Vegeta is far stronger now than he was earlier. He's far stronger in this moment than when he first transformed into Ultra Ego. But did he get stronger as he fights, similar to like someone like Broly? Or is it more primal than that? Is it more of if you recover after significant damage, you become stronger? No, he is going the Hulk route. He took damage, and because he took the special beam cannon head on, he is now more powerful. He absorbed that strength, or he absorbed the trauma of that strength, and it boosted his Ultra Ego transformation. And so Vegeta finally has activated his trap card, essentially. Like, this is definitely his trap card, it's his trump card. And Gohan now also realizes that he needs to end this fight quickly, because Vegeta is going to be a problem. If he can be stronger and stronger with every attack that Gohan dishes out at him, every beating, every slap, every kick, every punch, every beam, if this increases his strength, then there's no telling how powerful Vegeta can become. You know, so in Vegeta's charging at him, look at his aura. He's got like 3 layers of aura here. This is not normal. 4, as you can see. You can see right here, like it's got 4 different levels of aura coming off of him. This is not this is not going to be an easy fight for Gohan, and Gohan's in trouble. Vegeta punches Gohan, pushing him to block, but that's not what he wanted. He wanted to Hakai Gohan. He took that special beam cannon extremely personally because he knew that that could have cost him his life. That could have ended him. That could have killed him. So what does he do? He ends up using his ender, his finisher, his attack that he has garnered to be able to kill somebody or delete them. And he did this so masterfully because in such a quick succession, he tries to punch Gohan, who is going to instinctively block, and he did it with both hands to the point where Vegeta's able to use that attack as an opening to hit him in his vulnerable areas that aren't being blocked with the Hakai. He can't block, he can't do much. And look at Gohan, look at the pain he's in. This could be the end of Gohan. And as Gohan is in the middle of being Hakai'd, and like this is not even death, this is permadeath. This is, you cannot be wished back from the Dragon Balls. You are out of existence. There's nothing that can bring you back short of an angel intervention. And Goku finally is like, so this could be a problem. And he's yelling Gohan, and Gohan is being Hakai, but he's thinking of his dad in that moment. He's thinking of I don't know how he let him down. No, he's not thinking that. He's just thinking like, damn, I got hit with the one attack that's meant to delete everything. But remember, Gohan, Frieza could also master controlling this attack, and Goku was in a Hakai attack as well at some point, and he was able to get out of it. So you can get out of this. Gohan remembers all the times that Goku had saved him. He had saved him so many times as a child, on Namek, on Earth. Man, there's a lot of times. Man, Goku was always there. He was also there when you got hit. You know, you were fighting Bojack, and he punched Bojack straight in the jaw and saved you from the afterlife. Goku was always there. He was always there to rescue Gohan. That's his son. That's his baby boy. And he was always there for Gohan. I don't know how he would be there right now for him because he just got Hakai'd, but yeah, his life is definitely flashing through his eyes, and the only thing that Gohan can think of is like, yeah, my dad definitely saved my ass several times over. And that was just the motivation that Gohan needed, because he uses his own ki to negate the Hakai, breaking past it, breaking through it, surprising Vegeta, because Vegeta's like, come on, this is the attack. Like, what's the point of this attack if, like, everybody can survive this at this point? Like, you just gave me, like, a useless attack. Like, only weaklings can get Hakai'd, apparently, like Zamasu. But anybody who I really need this attack against is too strong to be Hakai from it. Like, what the hell? But you can tell, like, this is not... It affected Gohan. It did a number on him. Look at him. Like, he looks rough right now. Way rougher than before. But Vegeta's such a good sport about everything, even though he's facing the Beast. Like, this is literally Beast Gohan here, the strongest character in all of Dragon Ball right now. And he's telling him, like, I mean, we can stop right here. This was meant to be a sparring match. This is not supposed to be a death battle. It was never supposed to be a death battle. But if you don't stop, I believe that you can go further. Like, Vegeta is, like, pumping him up. Like, you're way stronger than this. If you can block the Hakai, if you can do all those things that you were just doing to me, Vegeta, then you can go much further. Because he acknowledges that they've never fought with all their might before. They've never fought with everything on the line. But he's like, maybe just increasing your power to this level is enough for you. And in the past, it would have been, because Gohan doesn't really need to be strong like that. Gohan is not the defender of Earth. He will save it if he has to, but he's not the defender of Earth. He's not even the defender of his own city anymore. He's a dad who has a job, who has kids and a wife, and he rather be with them. So Vegeta acknowledges that. He's like, maybe you're fine with this, because this level of power is nothing to sneeze at. It is the most powerful being in Dragon Ball. I mean, now Vegeta's kind of up there, but like Beast Gohan canonically is the most powerful. So maybe you're okay with being the best with like zero training. But he tells him, like, but do you feel that immense euphoria where there's no fear? It's just you wanting to keep pushing and going. The pain, going through the pain, and knowing that on the other side you will be fine. Either your spirit will be fine, your mind will be fine, or you as a person will be fine. That is your Saiyan blood boiling because you're in the middle of heated combat, which is something that Vegeta knows 100% a lot about. Gohan is looking like he doesn't really want to hear this. Like, he is looking at himself, he's mad because he is feeling this way. He's feeling guilty of feeling this way, and he's got good reason to. I mean, the Saiyans really traumatized him when he was younger. I mean, they killed all his friends, they killed his mentor, they came to try to destroy the planet. You know, there have been a lot of different Saiyan things that have been negative. But Vegeta's like, no, listen, this doesn't make you less of an Earthling. You're even more of an Earthling, really. He tells him this, like, and Gohan's like so pissed off, but he's like surprised to hear Vegeta say this. But he says it's time to embrace your two lineages. And Gohan is a little bit taken aback by that, but he knows that it's true. He needs to embrace the Saiyan, and he needs to embrace the Earthling. Gohan has always wanted to be an Earthling because he is, but that Saiyan nature, he's always tried to push it back, and now it's finally catching up with him where he wants to be a Saiyan, and he feels guilty about it. And on cue, Gohan explodes in anger, explodes and just lets loose that Saiyan blood, that Saiyan bestial power and energy, just letting it explode from him. And like literally on cue, Vegeta does the exact same thing because he knows that Gohan has chosen the path of a Saiyan, and he will abide by it. So he's exploding with energy, exploding with ki, and getting stronger and stronger. And Vegeta is doing the same because he does not want to be left behind. They're both doing it at the exact same time, but you can even tell with the different sizes of ki who is ultimately stronger, or at least who has more ki reserves in hand, who has more backing them when it comes to ki. And Vegeta says, that's right, that was the person I respected who fought against Cell. Gohan is back. Gohan is now respected again in Vegeta's eyes. Gohan thanks Vegeta. Vegeta says, we're still in the middle of a fight, and I want you to fight me with all your might. Don't come with such nonsense. Don't thank your opponent. Trying to, backpedal a little bit there, but okay. And they both shoot at each other, but even with the power, as you can tell earlier in the last panel, with Gohan having more power, Vegeta obviously has more speed. Vegeta and Gohan both are barreling towards each other, two juggernauts of Dragon Ball, the highest rung of power scaling when it comes not only to Dragon Ball characters, but to Saiyans themselves. They are hurtling towards each other with fists in tow, about to clash. This is Battle of the Titans, and a fight that we probably won't ever get in OG Dragon Ball, but in the fanverse, this is happening, and it's happening right now. After Goku has pushed this fight from the very beginning, from its inception, this dude was the cheerleader for them fighting and going all out. Gohan, don't hold back, you got this, not worrying about anything. At the last possible second before their fists clash, Goku's like, you guys better stop it. Like this, they're gonna stop in mid-fight. They're gonna stop in mid-punch. That's really gonna do something. I feel like Goku just wanted to say something because, he understands the consequences of what's about to happen, but he wants to be like, hey, I told them to stop, even though they were like milliseconds away from each other. But I did say something. I said something, because what ends up happening is that when their fists clash, it shatters reality. The same effect that we got when Gogeta fought against Broly and they shattered through dimensions, which is probably one of the coolest fights in all of Dragon Ball history, and honestly one of the coolest realms to fight in, which is, I don't know, the Shattered Realm, because you have to break reality to get there. Vegeta and Gohan finally have taken it upon themselves to break through this realm, into this realm, shattering all reality. And now they are in no man's land. And yeah, that just shows what level of power these two characters are at right now, because they are accomplishing what a fully enraged Broly and a Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta accomplished on their own. Of course, Gohan is the first one to realize that they're not in Kansas anymore. Like, where are we? What the hell is this place? It looks like we are in an alternate dimension, which is something, of course, that Gohan would probably like pick up on relatively easily. And I don't know if the Saiyan transformations affect like their intelligence level or them being smarter or whatever. I don't know if it affects that at all, but yeah, Gohan seems to already kind of like relatively quickly pick up on the fact that they're in like a completely different dimension, when like all we got from Gogeta in the past was, whoa, you know, or something along those lines. He was like, what, you know, what the hell is this? You know, he didn't know where they were. And so, keeping with Gogeta's sentiment, Vegeta is like, well, that's great. I mean, he doesn't care about going back. He doesn't care if they're lost forever. He's like, we're in a completely different dimension. That means there are no rules. The rule is there are no rules. That means that we do not hold back whatsoever. We are 110% going hand to hand. There is nothing that can stop us now because there is no danger to anybody else or any universe or whatever. But honestly, with Goku, you know, being worried about them breaking through dimensions, and in the past, the worry about breaking through dimensions, especially with Super Saiyan God, I think that the longer they stay in these dimensions, it could be like a wormhole opening up in the reality that they're from. It could be a huge, huge problem. But that's boring, guys. That's boring talk. You know, who cares about the consequences of things? Who cares about what happens next or what doesn't happen next? It's time to, you know, run the fade, because they are just going at it. Like, they literally waste no time. I'm assuming Vegeta attacks Gohan first. We don't really get to see exactly what ends up happening, but I'm assuming with very huge assumption here, but more likely correct, yeah, Vegeta was the first one to throw hands. So we can see right here like how awesome Dark Hand's artwork is. The impact frames of all these punches are just phenomenal. I mean, it looks like, as I stated, Vegeta was the first one to throw hands. I'm reading this at the same time of me recording it, so I don't know what comes next, and I wanted to keep all my reviews like that, just as liquid and as real as possible. But yeah, I guess it was Vegeta. It obviously was. Vegeta was the first one to throw hands after finding out they're in a completely different dimension, which makes sense from the story, because Gohan is more of a cautious warrior and he's more intellectual. Probably himself is going to be thinking about how this could affect reality, how this could affect back home, Videl, Pan. He's not just thinking selfishly, even though he's full of all those Saiyan hormones and Saiyan testosterone that's running through his veins, but he quickly ends up recovering and punching Vegeta in like the age-old I'm punching in your stomach, but it looks like that shit's gonna go right through into your spine, into the back of your spine. And yeah, that punch is sinking in. It's enough for Vegeta to spit out some blood. The only kind of suggestion that I would have had for this scene is how in old Dragon Ball, when you would have gotten punched like this and you would have started spitting up blood, your eyes would kind of go white for a second because you're about to pass out. That would have been cool to see here, just to see the impact of it. But I get it. We're trying to keep them at the relatively, you know, the same amount of power that they are, like just not one stronger than the other one, even though each one has different abilities and strengths. Right now, we're really only seen Vegeta's kind of unique abilities, and we have really none for Beast Gohan besides he's strong and he's got Special Beam Cannon. Unfortunately for Gohan, that punch left his face wide open, and that's one thing that I'm really enjoying from Dark Hand's fights, is they make sense. One thing leads to another thing. You can see it, the progression. It's like watching an anime. It's like watching a movie. You can see the one punch left him open to a elbow right in the cheek, and that's enough to, you know, try to knock out somebody, but not obviously Beast Gohan, who goes in for a kick, only for Gohan to miss because Vegeta ends up teleporting or evading relatively quickly and coming right back at him toward his blind spot. Gohan's able to block it just in time as Vegeta goes in to try to get another elbow. He's trying to knock him out or break his jaw or something, because he came in with one elbow only to come in with another elbow, trying to knock out Gohan. I think that's exactly what Vegeta's doing, and I think he's doing that because there's a time limit here, because Vegeta knows that he has a limit of how long he keep Ultra Ego and how much damage he can ultimately take, similar to the battle with Granola, while Gohan really has an endless amount of ki right now, similar to Broly. Vegeta kicks Gohan again. This is the second time he's kicking him away from him, and I think he's trying to get some distance. to try to do something. He's trying to end them any way he can, and I feel like he also knows that Gohan has the reach advantage. Gohan is way taller than Vegeta. His arms are longer. He has more length to him, and so Vegeta needs to get him a little bit distance there so that way he can attack him with some sort of beam attack. I mean, Gohan really is unfazed. He stops himself in mid-air. I don't know if that's exactly what they have in this realm. I don't know if they have anything else. They have to have air. They're breathing. So okay, this realm, I would say, for the sake of them still breathing, it has air or something equivalent to air. And yeah, he stops himself mid-air and looks like he's pulling back to do some sort of attack. Something is coming. Vegeta says that it's time to end this, and I think that's partly because Vegeta, again, as quickly as he's trying to attack Gohan, he has a time limit. He cannot just bullshit forever. Even though he can take the damage and get stronger, there's a limit to how much damage he can take, even though he is getting stronger while still taking it, but his body has a limit. And so he says, let's end this in the next attack. But Gohan is already way ahead of him. He already had pulled back and was igniting an attack that I've never seen, but should absolutely be one of his finishers, at least in one of the video games whenever they put Beast Gohan in, because this looks raw as hell. And see, Vegeta says it right here. Like, I know these characters so freaking well. He says it right fucking here. He says, it's better not to underestimate it. He is learning how to use these new powers very well. So he's trying to put Gohan into the ground right now by goading him to do like some sort of beam clash, which is not Vegeta's specialty, because Vegeta, he only gets stronger with how much damage he takes. He's not taking damage while doing this, while Gohan has the key reserves to continue in a prolonged key struggle. And so even if Vegeta, as you see right here, he's going into Final Flash stance as Ultra Ego, this may be a very, very powerful attack, and honestly one of his finishers. But at the end of the day, again, he has to see how much power he's got in reserve to draw from to continue a prolonged beam struggle. So let's see exactly who is going to come out on top when it comes to this beam struggle, and if I'm correct again about the power reserves. So in this scene, we get a perspective from Vegeta's point of view, where you can see how big the attack that Gohan has made. Again, the reserves. So just visually, you can see like these things are planetary. They look like death balls is what they look like. Even bigger, the supernova that Cooler has, that's exactly what they look like. You see Gohan, you can barely see him in the distance, but look how big look how big these balls are. Look how big they are, man. And so you can tell, you can see here that Gohan seems to have the advantage, while Vegeta is, I mean, his ball is a little bit smaller. Like as what he's bringing to the table for this Final Flash, it ain't even close to as big as this. But I think that what the difference is going to be, he's going to be using one of his abilities, which is going to be the Hakai. I think this is a Hakai Final Flash because it looks just like Hakai. I understand that Vegeta has all this purple ki around him, surrounding him, because of the fact that he is Ultra Ego. But at the end of the day, this little ball right here has Hakai energy. It looks like Hakai. Vegeta's capable of it. I'm almost positive this is Hakai, so it doesn't matter how big his attack is. If his attack can literally cut through Gohan's attack like butter and just delete most of it, then yeah, it's going to be far more deadly to Gohan ultimately, because Gohan just wasted all that energy, and if it gets Hakai'd, he just wasted it for no reason. Oh, it's a Beast Masenko. I was thinking Masenko, but I don't remember Masenko looking like that. I guess I always remember him just bringing it up to his forehead and then doing Masenko, not actually making the balls first and then shooting it in one attack, in one beam attack. So we get the OG Gohan attack here from Namek, Masenko, Beast Gohan Masenko against Vegeta's Final Flash. Like, these are the remnants of old DBZ, classic vintage DBZ, and I absolutely love it. And the balls actually got way smaller when he pulled them in, so he's concentrating his attack similar to the way Vegeta's doing it. I fucking knew it. Look at that. And I'm telling you, I promise you, I did not read this ahead of time. Hakai Final Flash. This theoretically should erase and eliminate Gohan's Masenko. It should just destroy it. It's done it before. It's just energy. It's just ki. It's not actually Gohan. So even though it may not Hakai Gohan, because, you know, Vegeta already failed at that already, it could seriously wound him, but it definitely should erase Gohan's Masenko attack, Beast Masenko even. It should just erase it. And the clash is on. Look at this. Look at this beam struggle. And the reason I like this so much is because you can see that Gohan had a head start. He started this attack way faster and way earlier than Vegeta started his final flash. And remember, Vegeta's final flash takes a little bit of time to charge up, so this attack is already closer to Vegeta. So Vegeta's at a disadvantage, and the only way this is going to come out on top and in favor for Vegeta is if his final flash starts erasing Beast Gohan's Masenko. You see the electricity here coming through, and there is a little word bubble here that says true. True means dimension starting to crack like glass. So basically, this means that this attack is cracking the fabric of the dimension, the shattered dimension, more than likely bringing them back to reality, similar to what happened in Dragon Ball Super Broly. And now that the beam struggle is in full effect, he's winning. His beam attack has gotten bigger. It has pushed Gohan's back. It looks like it could be erasing some of the momentum that Gohan's attack had, because it is a Hakai attack. And yeah, this panel is just fantastic. Look at how cool this looks. Look at Gohan. Look at Vegeta. Like this, I would love to see this animated. Like, you talk about animating anything. Like, some of these fan mangas need to be, like this one specifically, it needs to be animated, but it costs like a fortune to animate 110%. As the fabric of the shattered dimension begins to crack, which I'm assuming takes a lot more power to crack the shattered dimension, which is already shattered. I'm calling it the shattered dimension. I don't know what it's called, but it's already shattered. Probably takes more power to crack that, to bring them back to the real world, than it is to actually just crack the regular reality and then fall into the shattered dimension. But Goku's here trying to figure out where they're at, trying to go where they're at, but it's like they're missing, like they don't exist. They're not in this reality. He can't feel their ki, and he remembers that something like this happened when he was part of Gogeta against Broly. Vegeta is absolutely winning. Hakai is finally taking its full toll on Gohan's Masenko. Even if it's Beast Masenko, it's evaporating before his very eyes because of the nature of the Hakai ki. It's taking out the normal ki, and you can even see Vegeta is extremely pleased with the results, while Gohan is a little bit worse for wear, but he's like, I won't lose. I won't lose. He's begging, like, I can't lose to Vegeta. I can't, and I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I feel like Gohan would have more reserves of power here, but the nature of the Hakai beam, yeah, Gohan was goaded into accepting this attack on horrible terms, and that is when Gohan yells, "I won't lose," and an extra beast burst. I like this beast burst. It starts injecting itself into the attack, pushing the attack back toward Vegeta. Vegeta is holding the Hakai, and he is struggling now. He sees that, yeah, there's a little bit more pushback where he was about to win. It's not going to be that easy anymore. And with Vegeta adding a little bit more to the attacks are now even again, and they are so even that at the very end we get the classic fusion of the beam. Now the beam is a classic rope pull because they're pulling it back and forth. This attack, it's conjoined now, so now it's even worse. It's both the Hakai energy and the bestial energy in one, and it's going to be going back and forth, and it's connected. So there's really no out for these guys at this point. They can't evade unless they either win or lose. That's all they can do. Beast Gohan and Ultra Ego Vegeta are facing off in their last attack, their last ditch effort to overcome each other in a grueling fight that has lasted hours, that both of them have gotten the upper hand, but nobody has been deemed the clear winner. This is it. This is both of them at the end of their ropes, ending their fight in between realities, the same reality that Gogeta and Broly had broken into. Ultra Ego Vegeta and Beast Gohan clash as everything shatters around them. This power is just too much for this realm to take and handle. It is going to be critical that they do not destroy everything else along the way. And as Goku waits in the area where Goku and Vegeta had been fighting and worries about whether it's going to be taking a long time and Chi-Chi is not going to wait up for him or them to feed them dinner, the reality cracks and both warriors get shot out in an impressive display of artwork here. You can see the clouds, where the clouds in the sky are. It's almost like a fourth wall has been broken on each side. Both of them covered with the power that both of them had shot at each other, but it looks like it was a draw because they both ended up equally getting enough damage, enough to break through the reality and get sent rocketing out into the real world, where it scares Goku, but I think Goku's far more scared as to what happened between them in this dimension. Remember, he had not been watching the whole time, and by the end of it, he was getting kind of worried, but as he sees beyond the clouds, it's Gohan and Vegeta just lying there motionless, and it looks like the fighting is finally over. The fight to end all fights has finally been fulfilled. And Vegeta is frustrated, but probably under the frustration is a little bit admiration for Gohan, because he had finally been able to calculate how much damage he really needed to take in the Ultra Ego form to basically have an incredible output of power. That's how that form works. The more damage he takes and that he can sustain without critical injury, the more outward and output of power can come out, and he finally was able to gauge it, and he was finally able to essentially get closer to mastering this form. But he never would have dreamt in all his wildest dreams that Gohan, the son of Goku, would be able to just match the power on his own without any gimmick, nothing underneath. There was nothing that was giving him the power, nothing he had to strategically work for. It was just all there. And now Vegeta finds himself back in base form, but at least he's standing up. But when he stands up, what he sees shocks him to his core, and he realizes that this fight not only is not over, but it's not gonna be a clean-cut fight after all, because Gohan right now is in a one-handed Kamehameha stance. The stance that he took against Cell. A finishing blow, a finishing move, something to end the fight entirely. And this is due to Vegeta really pushing the fact that, hey, we are going out for blood here. You better give me everything you have. And Gohan obliged when he was in beast form. Doesn't mean that he forgot about it when he was in base. And now that he is in base, he hasn't. And he wants to give it his all beyond the fact that they are so damaged, and Vegeta is looking like he can't even summon any ki, let alone hold an attack. But that's when Vegeta finally realizes the horrible truth, and it's a truth that he would have never even realized unless he wasn't seeing it with his own eyes, and that is that Gohan is unconscious. Just like Rock Lee and Naruto, Gohan's body is reacting and attacking on its own. It's almost like an auto attack type of stance. He is charging up this ki to finish off Vegeta. Vegeta is even astonished that Gohan would even have any ki to make an attack, let alone an attack of this caliber. Remember, he's still in his base form right here, so this attack may not be as powerful as the beast attacks, but Vegeta is just, he can't take any more damage. He is at the end of what he can sustain. So Vegeta is really on the back foot here when it comes to being able to handle this sort of attack. But Vegeta does not skip a beat, and he loudly, proudly yells, "Come on, attack me with everything you have!" And he does not care. He does not give any caring whatsoever whether his own life is in danger. He is going to fight like a warrior, and he is going to go out on his own terms as a warrior should. And if Gohan has more ki that he cannot explain how he has it, but if he's got more ki to attack him and fight him, then he better damn well do it, because if not, then Vegeta will crawl his way up there or stagger his way over there and start beating the hell out of Gohan. And Gohan blasts the attack, and this is not a small Kamehameha, as his unconscious body has summoned an immense amount of ki, probably maybe even drawing on his life force as well, because it's using whatever it's got, and he doesn't seem like he's got much. But this attack is just so reminiscent of the attack against Cell, and this attack looks to be powerful enough to wipe Vegeta off the map. And here we get a better shot of it where Vegeta is in some serious trouble. This is as big as the attack against Cell, meaning that this is a Super Saiyan 2 sized attack against a Vegeta who is at 0 for not only his ki, but how much damage he can possibly take, because he took so much damage with Beast Gohan. So this attack, even though it's Super Saiyan 2, and even though Vegeta is way stronger than that normally, in this situation, Vegeta is practically at 0 and defenseless. So a Super Saiyan 2 attack would be sufficient enough to kill Vegeta and take him off the roster. This is Gohan's last-ditch effort, his last attack. But quickly, a yellow flash leaves its spot, and as you can see right here, Goku in Super Saiyan 3, he reaches his hand out because he is not going to let this happen. He already wanted to interfere earlier when the fight was just getting good, and now he didn't get his chance earlier because of the fact that they went into that dimension. Now that he can get his chance, now that he knows that Vegeta's in vital danger, yeah, Goku is definitely going to jump in and try to stop him at all costs. And he is strong enough to do so. He blocks the attack as Vegeta is struggling to kind of defend himself here. And as he blocks the attack, he completely disintegrates it, to Vegeta's surprise. Vegeta did not realize that Goku would jump into the fight like this, because he had warned Goku prior to not interfere. And so we can see here that this attack itself, a Super Saiyan 2 sized attack, was easily deflected by Super Saiyan 3, and that's probably why Goku didn't go overkill in Super Saiyan Blue. He didn't need it. A Super Saiyan 3 transformation was enough to block this. But Goku should have seen this coming, because Vegeta's like, "What are you doing?" And Goku tells him that this was getting too dangerous already. It seemed like you wanted to kill each other in this fight. If you continued any longer, the Earth would be in danger because of you. So Goku's rationale is that it's not me saving you, Vegeta. It's the fact that, you know, the planet could be in danger. And remember, that attack, the way that Gohan did it against Cell, if Cell had not blocked it, or if that was directed to the planet, I mean, even a smaller Kamehameha, it could have destroyed the planet. So I understand what Goku's saying here, but more than likely the attack would have just disintegrated Vegeta, and that would have been it. And as Goku, and awesome that we get to see like this de-transformation. I love it when they have like the black hair and the green eyes as they're either transforming or untransforming into a Super Saiyan or out of it. Goku turns around and is like, "Are you okay?" But you already know what's coming here. Vegeta socks the hell out of Goku. "Idiot, I've already told you not to meddle in my fights," and punches Goku straight into the side of the mountain. Look how much strength he still had though, just to push Goku that far. And Goku is, I mean, like, probably Goku put his guard down here, as he always seems to do. So I understand why he went, you know, flying into this mountain like this, but still, like, I mean, Goku was just trying to help. Goku still is not understanding why Vegeta did that. Vegeta tells him, "I didn't ask for your help." He wanted to receive the attack. Now he will never know what would have happened. He wouldn't know if he would have been able to survive Gohan's last-ditch attack, if he would have been able to attack Gohan after taking the attack, or he would have died. Like, he doesn't know what would have happened, and now he'll never find out because Goku stopped it. And literally in mid-sentence as he's saying this, he realizes that Gohan's stance is kind of falling forward, and as you see here, Gohan is still in his Kamehameha stance. Both his eyes are closed, and he falls face first, meaning that he is the loser here. He has lost against Vegeta, essentially. I think he did lose against Vegeta because, yeah, technically, even though Goku jumped in, Vegeta's the last one standing, but Goku cheated by jumping in and saving Vegeta, so Vegeta would never know if he would have been able to take that attack, and if he did take that attack and he still was standing there, then Gohan would have fallen a few seconds later. And Vegeta is livid. He is upset. Kakarot. And Goku's like, "This time I jumped the gun, ha ha ha. I better go to Master Current's tower to get the sensu beans." And yeah, I would have been pissed after going through everything we've been going through this manga. Like, this manga has been going on for 6 months. I mean, in world time, probably a few hours. All that they've been going through to have Goku basically cheat for Vegeta, essentially, and that kind of sucks. Goku gets the sensu beans, gives it to Gohan, and Gohan takes it. He's fine, he's better now, and Gohan's realizing that Vegeta is upset, understandably so, and Vegeta finally praises Gohan to his face that he has reached a great level of power. He needs to honor it, align it with his own values, and Goku even says, "You were amazing, Gohan," and Gohan says, "Dad, Vegeta, I finally understand how arrogant I was in crucial moments," which he was in Cell Arc, he had been before. "My greatest wish is to protect my family and the people I love. So protect them. You can go beyond. Use that motivation to become stronger and stronger," which is what Goku normally does, or he used to. Vegeta says that there is a danger that haunts the Earth right now, haunts its future, and remove that false sense of protection. Like, don't feel like you are the shit and that you can protect the Earth under the conditions that you have right now. Like, no, because soon we will have to face an even greater threat. Gohan's not realizing what that threat is, and he says, "Exactly, and not even Kakarot and I can defeat it yet," meaning that everything that Vegeta has seen, even Gohan, he does not feel comfortable saying that any of them can defeat Black Frieza the way that they are right now. Goku says, "We'll find a way," but Black Frieza is still the pinnacle of power, at least in Vegeta's head, which I guess I can understand that. We just recently found out that Black Frieza officially is close to the power of a god of destruction, so yeah. And Black Frieza can get stronger. In the time that there's training out here in the real world, Black Frieza can go back in the hyperbolic time chamber for another 10, 15, 20 years and get stronger, get a different transformation, or just get more powerful. So, you know, they need to really step it up, and I can't wait to see Black Frieza in canon again. Gohan realizes the immense weight of this and says, "I got this." Vegeta says, "Gohan, remember your blood boiling in the heat of battle. Saiyan blood runs through your veins. You are also a warrior." And I mean, I like that Vegeta has become like this uncle to Gohan in this. It's just really nice to see somebody else other than Piccolo doing it. A training that left deep marks on the hearts of our warriors, driving them to become stronger and protect the world they love. The end. Pride of the Beast is finally over, guys. It has been an amazing ride. I absolutely adore this Dragon Ball fan manga. It's definitely up there with Dragon Ball Multiverse, Kakumi, all those, and I cannot wait to see more from Dark Hands, the artist of this manga. I'm gonna leave a link to his Twitter account where the manga is in the description below in the top comment. Go ahead and check it out. If you want to be Blackscape, signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content.